Mr. Andriosi, on the executive session recommendation? Okay, all right. We're gonna do Bill
She's
first.
going with it?
No. We're gonna do Bill first. Oh, Jesus. Why did we go down there?
Okay.
Uh, First item on the agenda is we are going to certainly recognize a very wonderful person and a great teacher who probably has the record not only in North Providence but probably in the state or maybe nationally for teaching. Um, I was only a kid when I first met Merle and and started teaching, but I always had a great relationship with her. When I used to go to her class when I was in the Senate, where she had those kids prepped, they had all the questions, and she had a way of getting some very important people to her classroom. One time I walked in there, and the governor was there, and then the U.S. senators and whatever. So you couldn't say no to Merle, you know. But I certainly uh, would like to thank her for her service to the North Providence school system and the children. What an example of a wonderful teacher. I've sat in her classes, and I mean, you know, she was so interesting, and the kids were so motivated. It was a wonderful experience. I guess she taught fifth and sixth grade for many years. She was a coaching teacher in 1959 and 60 at Stephen Only School. Participated in the introduction of standards to the district. Served as a member of the bargaining unit for the North Providence Federation of Teachers for many years. Extremely talented person. And I'll tell you, when she taught, the kids were glued to whatever she was saying. So, on behalf of the school committee, I have a plaque here. This is one of the biggest plaques we've ever given out. Well, 58 years of service, that's a long time, but this is going to be presented to Mill Dresner in grateful appreciation of your dedication and outstanding teaching to the support of the students of North Providence. Uh, she served on the negotiation committee, as I indicated. If you couldn't get along with Merle, there was something wrong with you. So the entire school committee is mentioned in the on the plaque. Everybody's joined in here on honoring her. 58 years of service. My God, that's a lifetime. Some people don't last more than a couple of years. But she had the perfect personality and temperament for teaching, and it was all about the kids, and that's what made her such a great teacher. Mill, could you come up? Mill, would you like to say something? when I asked Merle if she'd like to say something, she said thank you, but we really owe her the thank you for giving 58 years of service to us. Again, thank you very much. I think the mayor's here with something for Merle. Where is he? Here he is. She probably was your teacher, right? Was she your teacher?
We don't have mics like this at the town hall. This is pretty good. So Merle, I just told the chairman that 2 years I spent at Maryville School. You were new. I was old. I was just leaving. Because in those days, I don't know if there's anyone else in here that's as old as me that went to our elementary schools. Well, you went to the elementary school till the 8th grade, and you came here, or high school of your choice, and graduated here. But Merle, it gives me great pleasure to be here to recognize you. I have 2 children that you taught. They've been very, very successful. So I'm here to publicly thank you for helping them achieve what they have. 58 years is a long time. You've left your mark here. Your inspiration to many of us is unquestionable. You walk into the Maryville School and you think about Merle Dresner. So I think that says it all. And I know those individuals that have worked with you, and especially the teachers that are still in the system that have worked with you and continue to work, think of you every day. I don't know what else to say, but to you and your family, good health and good luck. We love you, Merle. So
I'm told.
So I have a proclamation here for you, Merle, but what I'm gonna ask you for a favor tonight. I'm gonna present this to you. I'd like to make a copy of this because not only should you have this in your possession, but I'm gonna ask that you allow us to hang a copy of this in the town hall. And, and it's a congratulations to Merle Dresner upon her retirement, August 1st, 2015. Be it hereby known to all that I, Charles Lombardi, Mayor of the Town of North Providence, on behalf of all of our residents, do hereby recognize Merle, who has been employed within the North Providence School Department since December 8, 1958. Be it further known that Merle served as a member of the bargaining unit with the Federation of Teachers, and she participated in the introduction of standards to the district. Be it hereby resolved that the Town of North Providence acknowledges and congratulates Merle Dresner on her retirement from the Maryville Elementary School. It's presented on this 26th day of August in the year of our Lord, 2015, and is signed by myself and attested by our town clerk. Merle, I'm going to bring this over to you. Again, we love you.
There's one other person who wanted to speak here this evening. He's the president of the local, And also, Merle was teaching before he was born, so that's Mike Cicerone. Mike?
Thank you, Chairman. Um, It's difficult to sum up a career that lasted 58 years, a career that spanned 7 decades in only a couple of minutes. But as union president, I feel it important to acknowledge her role as a union member. Merle was not just a union member. Merle was a union activist. She served as vice president for the Rhode Island Federation of Teachers, and she followed that by serving 2 terms as president for the same group. As far as the North Providence Federation of Teachers goes, Local 920, she serves as a member of the negotiation committee and as the grievance appeals chairperson. Merle also has served on our executive board as secretary for 40 years. She's always willing to fight the fights that need fighting. Her dedication and contribution to the union at both the state and local level are impressive. As much as Merle's service to the union is admirable, her dedication to teaching is even more commendable. Merle started her teaching career in 1958 at the Mary Owens School in the Greystone area. From there, she taught at Stephen Only School, and then Maryville School, where she spent the majority of her long career. Maryville became her second home. There, she taught generations of North Providence families such as my own. She taught my aunts and uncles, myself and my siblings, as well as my niece and nephew. Merle is the heart and soul of Maryville School. Merle could have retired many years ago, as many of us know. She could have taken her pension and just stayed at home, but that's not Merle. She knew that she had more to give to her students and remained in the classroom. She is truly dedicated to the teaching profession. Even now, Merle is going to continue working with the students she loves by volunteering at classrooms at our school. She specifically wants to work with students to help close the achievement gap in reading. I was lucky enough to have Merle as a teacher myself. In the fourth, fifth, and sixth grades, we switched classes for science and social studies. I specifically remember her American government class. Merle didn't just teach American government. Merle had us actually participate in American government. We did things like write letters to our elected officials. As a result, sitting U.S. senators and representatives visited our classrooms. And in Merle's words, how could they say no when kids asked? This made an impression on me and on the students in my classes. When I took American government my senior year at North Providence High School, most of what Merle taught us stuck with me. Merle taught me as a 6th grader what kids in high school were learning at the same time. This is just one example of Merle being ahead of the curve. As we all know, Merle was a no-nonsense kind of teacher, and her reputation preceded her. Students quickly learned that Merle had high expectations in her class, and she knew how to motivate students to achieve them. In reality, we learned that she truly cared not only about our learning, but us as people. So Merle, on behalf of the members of Local 920 and the countless students of North Providence that you educated, I want to thank you for your service, your dedication, and your commitment, and I wish you the very best in whatever you do going forward. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming this evening. You're welcome to stay for our regular meeting. But if anyone has to leave or wants to leave, we're going to take maybe a 2-minute recess, and you can leave anytime you'd like, okay? John McNamee, that's not for you. The committee meeting will resume in about 1 or 2 minutes.
That was a good move, Anthony. By us.
Okay, the committee will now resume its business. Madam Superintendent.
Thank you, Chairman Marciano.
The committee will now resume its business, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Marciano, members of the school committee. This evening, I would like to introduce you to a parent organization that has organized basically to help with our facilities movement that we have here. They're coming to introduce themselves to the school committee. They know that the members of the school committee certainly support improving the facilities that we have here in North Providence for our school children. And I'm inviting up Lynn Fontaine to speak on behalf of the group FACT, Family and Community Together.
Good evening. My name is Lynn Fontaine, and I'm a parent who is proud to be part of the parent group FACT. We appreciate the support from the entire school committee and hope that the town council in the very near future will give us the same support. FACT stands for Family and Community Together. Our slogan is, "Students can't wait, fix our schools." We have also developed a logo and have created a banner with t-shirts to help promote our cause. Our mission statement is as follows. FACT is a group of concerned parents, administrators, educators, and community members committed to the passage of the upcoming school referendum. Approving the bond referendum is most vital to the continued success of our school system. The issue and process affects our entire community as a whole. It will require everyone's involvement. The children of North Providence need a strong instructional program from our educators, but they must also have a safe and structurally sound facilities in order to continue to thrive. Our first goal is to attend every open house to deliver our message to the community. At open house, we plan on selling t-shirts to help get monies to support our cause to get a bond referendum passed with voters. Having voter registration at every open house is very important and key to this getting passed. We will be passing out the stage 1 summary brochures to all of our families that evening. That will make them aware of the present conditions that our schools are in. We'll be speaking to parents, community members, educators, and administrators, and gathering them to come to a town council meeting in the near future. At this meeting, we will be one voice with the hope that our presence will help the town council to understand the urgency and the need to make this happen. Finally, at open house, we will have petitions signed by families who might not be able to attend the town council meeting. Again, our goal is to bring awareness to the community and families of North Providence, and we thank the school committee because they've been very supportive with this, and we hope to get the town council to be just as supportive, because we all know, especially I know there's teachers in this room, that our children need a better facility to learn in. So that is our goal, and we are here to work with everybody together. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Lynn.
Chairman Marciano and members of the school committee, I'm here this evening to give you a little update. As you know, we have a 3-year strategic plan in place. We're going to go over what we've accomplished since the last time I've given you an update. I'm going to go over it pretty quickly so that we don't spend a lot of time on it here this evening, but if any of the members of the community or our school committee have questions, please contact me and I can give you more detailed information. Goal 1, all students pre-K to 12 will be provided with a guaranteed and viable curriculum in all content areas aligned to national standards. We've been busy working on our curriculum documents. We have all the 4 core in place, and we are now working on our support areas in music, art, language arts, and so on. Also, the curriculum documents are starting to be put up online. They're under Lisa Jake's website on the tab. You just follow that tab. As far as our preschool curriculum, our documents are being developed, and our curriculum cycle is always in revision. And we did just this year add new resources for our K-5 reading program. The next goal, instruction. All students will have equal to access to rigorous student-centered, data-driven instruction to meet the individual learning needs. We have a math consultant, as you know, out there working with teachers to implement centers and inquiry-based lessons. Our East Bay consultant is helping out with our science inquiry. And this past year, a lot of our teachers participated in closed reading professional development facilitated by the Department of Education. The next strategy, we are continuing to expand our AP courses at our high school. This year, we had a summer math program, as we do every year. We added an early risers elementary band program last year that was extremely successful. This year we've had an after-school summer marine program and an Hasbro summer learning initiative, which was very successful as well. We are going to continue with our grade level and content meetings, continue our learning walks, and provide administrators with professional development from Frank Leary from Providence College. Dr. Leary came out during our retreat, and he will continue that work this year. The next goal, continued under instruction. We still have those K-5 grade level meetings facilitated by two of our principals, Kim Granato and Bruce Butler. And I must publicly say they have done an outstanding job. And I know the teachers really appreciate getting together by grade level. We're using our online resources with the new curriculum materials we bought in mathematics, and the new reading program also has some online supports for K-5. We have some common assessments that are already in place, and we're going to continue to work on our assessment projects. The goal under assessment, we had last year a successful implementation of our POC assessment. Kudos to Lisa Jakes and the tech team for making the logistics of putting that assessment together work well. And we are upgrading all of the devices at our high school. Our high school this year will open with expanded labs, more access to technology for our students up here. We are implementing the common assessments this year across all 4 content areas. And we are going to continue to participate and ride assessments. Our kindergarten teachers are actually piloting a new kindergarten assessment this year. They've attended a lot of professional development last year. We have 3 schools participating in a multi-tier service support program, Centerdale, McGuire, and Maryville. And the next goal under assessment, our Common Core report card was implemented K-5 last year, and we're going to continue to support our teachers with that work with grade level meetings. Our grading policy was approved, and our challenge for this year is to make sure that that grading policy is implemented with fidelity. And we certainly are going to continue to look at that through book studies at our middle level using the book Rethinking Grading. Technology. K-8 students will continue to progress with the Learning.com Easy Tech program. Our merger with the town has certainly proven to be successful. We have technology-enabled classrooms at our high school, those 3 updated labs, and our tech ed classroom has been totally revamped. And if you haven't had a chance, go down and see Mike Daly's class because it is really phenomenal. Our school committee, as far as technology, approved the appointment, and that will happen this evening, of a technology and curriculum integration specialist. And that person will be out in the field working with teachers to help them use these tools daily with their instruction. We have those new digital resources that we're going to continue to use. And last year, Mr. Daly and Mr. Bowers provided the teachers with ongoing professional development with technology. We hope some of that PD continues with Mr. Bowers and Mr. Daly, and of course, our new technology integration specialist. And as far as family and community engagement, this year, the K-12 parent portal will be open for all families. We certainly use parent-student portal to communicate messages. We're using the website frequently to update information to families. We had a second parent expo last year, and we'll continue to do that this year. We also provided mental health professional development for Birchwood and Maryville faculty that was provided through the Health Equity Zone. And then under learning environments, we are revising our educational facilities, and Mr. McNamee is going to address that later on this evening, give us an update. And as far as developing a 5-year district capital plan, that work has been complete. With the addition of an educational facilities consultant and a construction manager, we hope to design and develop 21st century learning environments for our students here in North Providence. And we also have our FACT parent group, thank you to Mrs. Fontaine who came up and spoke about that, established here to actually get the word out to our community that we need support for this initiative. So that's the update for our strategic plan.
Thank you very. Next item, please.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the financial report as submitted.
Motion by Mrs. Bacard, seconded by. The entire committee goes a little better. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed, ayes have it, so voted.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the home schools as submitted.
Motion by Mrs. Bacard, seconded by, who seconded that? Ron Iannetta? Okay. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the field trip requests as submitted.
Motion by Mrs. Bacard, seconded by the entire committee. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed, ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the VETS 2015-16 usage agreement as submitted.
Motion by Mr. De Silva, seconded by Mr. Angiosi, I believe. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed, ayes have it, so voted.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the 1033 employee discipline as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Angiosi, seconded by Mrs. Bacard. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the resignations as submitted.
Motion by Mr. De Silva, seconded by Mr. Angiosi. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed, ayes have it. Retirements.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the retirements as submitted, and it's Alice Clapboard, a teacher assistant and a building assistant from Ritchie Middle School, effective September 25th, 2015.
We need a motion. Motion by Mr. De Silva, seconded by Mr. Angiosi. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed, ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the leave of absences as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Angiosi, seconded by Mr. De Silva. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed, ayes.
I'm going to read the following appointments. Tracy Bagason, teacher assistant, building assistant at Ritchie Middle School, effective September 28th. Caitlin Burrell, .5 special education resource teacher, Stephen Only Elementary School. Elena Cunha, teacher assistant, building assistant at Maryville Elementary School. Nathan Dell, physical education health APE teacher, Maryville and Stephen Only Elementary School. Teresa DeRiso, curriculum and technology integration specialist. Victoria Federici, special education resource teacher, Birchwood Middle School, 1 year only. Gail Lucas, teacher assistant, building assistant, Maryville Elementary School. Gervin Panada, assistant soccer coach, North Providence High School. John Ponton, custodian, second shift, North Providence High School. Emmanuel Ramos, secondary English teacher, North Providence High School, long-term sub, second semester only. Alfred Sammartino, custodian, first shift, McGuire Elementary School. Amanda Santo, middle school music teacher, Ritchie Middle School. Fernando Torres, grade 2, Maryville Elementary School, 1 year only. Donald Vickers, custodian, second shift, Ritchie Middle School. Kim Walsh, middle school yearbook advisor, Ritchie Middle School. Karen Zolano, school nurse teacher, Centerdale Elementary School, 1 year only. And Lynn Fontaine, Secretary, Stephen Only Elementary School.
Motion by Mr. Inetta, seconded by Mr.
No.
Mr. De Silva.
Ms. Marciano, I'll be recusing myself for the last appointment per legal counsel's advice. I have submitted the form.
Okay. Two recusals. Let the record show that Mr. Palmieri and Mrs. Picard accused themselves. Any other? Okay. We have a motion. We have a second. We have four votes in the affirmative, I guess, and
voted yet.
wait a minute, time out. Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
I do need to make a correction that Emmanuel Ramos, it's the first semester only. So just need to make that correction.
Okay,
Okay. We do not have any layoffs this evening. We don't have any rescissions. We do not have any displacements, but we do have the third read of our kindergarten early admission policy as submitted.
okay. Yeah, we need a motion on this now. That's the final reading, I think.
Okay,
isn't
so
It
if this is the
is.
final reading, I'll make a motion.
it? Motion by Mr. De Silva, second by the entire committee. All those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
It's only the second reading of our attendance policy and removal of our old attendance policy, and this is only the second reading.
Okay, Madam Superintendent, on the Superintendent's report, number 6, item number 6, I am recusing myself from that particular matter, and I've already submitted the appropriate documentation. Okay, next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the technology and curriculum integration specialist contract as submitted.
Dianetta, seconded by Mrs. Picard. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
I'm going to ask Mr. McNamee to come up and speak. We're having a discussion and possible vote about a construction manager to lead some of our facilities work.
We, the superintendent, assistant superintendent, and members of the architectural team that were working on the facilities met with representatives from the Department of Education, RIDE, the construction group, last Friday. As a result of that meeting, because of some of the changes that have taken place as a result of the governor's new program, they're now going to assess all the communities in terms of the needs for new facilities. So we're going to be grouped in with many of the other communities in the state. An assessment will be made of the need, and then those communities with the highest need will get the funding. As a result of our discussions with them, we believe that we will be right on the top of the list. In fact, they have indicated that we'll be one of 2 communities that would be in a position to receive funding going forward. A couple of the things that we did discuss was they would like us to kind of tweak the plan that we have now. As a result, we will be hiring or have hired an educational planner. If you look back on the construction regs issued by the Department of Education back in 2007, they did require a construction manager, they did require an educational planner. As a result of the moratorium, they weren't pushing that. So when we were meeting with them in our phase 1 and phase 2 applications, there was really no mention of that until earlier this spring when we met with them. So we have engaged an educational planner who will be meeting with the building committee on their meeting on September 14th. In addition, they wanted us to engage a construction manager, probably in 2 phases. There would be phase one, which would be in the design phase. They would help us in terms of assessing the construction costs, looking at materials that are going to be used, et cetera, in the design phase. And then phase two, where we would probably enter into a guaranteed maximum price using the construction manager to lock in any risk that we would have. The good thing on these contracts, generally when you hire a construction manager, is the phase one is either on an hourly rate or a lump sum payment, but it's usually pretty modest in relationship to the work, since they will be making their money on the construction side of it. Keeping in mind that looking at the $75 million project, it's a good sized project. It's not something that it's going to be one of the biggest projects I think that the town has seen, and certainly one bigger projects that RIDE is going to be approving. It's going to be in multiple locations, so there are going to be a limited number of construction managers that are going to be able to bid on this. So we're going to go out, we're going to look for those construction managers, both within the state and outside the state, that can handle this type of work. We'll get their credentials, we'll assess those credentials, and then we'll probably ask 3 of those managers to bid, construction managers to bid on the project at this point in time. RIDE has given us the names of some construction managers, but we think that this is a positive step going forward, because they're also looking at it from the standpoint that it brings another level of professionalism to this oversight to this project as well. So.
Any questions of John?
The only comment I want to make is about the conversation I talked with Mr. McMee and superintendent regarding the timeline, because there's been many active parents, active teachers, principals, administrators that have been on this committee. And I just want to make sure it was clear, because there's been some, conversation in the breeze, letters to the editor, that the school committee is taking an active role around the facilities in the schools. So I want to make sure that that timeline is clear, and that we submit a letter to the town council expressing the very specific things that we've addressed. We can't ask the town council right now for the referendum or for the bond money, because we have to go through the process through RIDE. And we've been held up because of the Board of Regents and some things there. So there was a possible conversation regarding, that the school committee hasn't specifically requested something, and we can't do that until we have all our I's dotted and T's crossed because of RIDE. So I want to make it clear to the public that the school committee is actively making sure that we do everything we can possibly do in order to move this as fast as possible.
Thank you, Mrs. Picard. Any other questions, Melinda?
The only thing I want to say this evening is that we're asking your permission to move forward and to pursue putting out a bid and seeing what's out there and what our next steps are.
Motion on that, please.
Motion made, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Mr. De Silva, seconded by Mr. Angiosi and Mr. Iannetta. Anyone else? Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
The next item is use of property, and I just need your permission to waive the fees for the North Providence Jets football cheerleading competition practice for facility charge and custodian fee. And also, we had a request to use a gym on a Thursday night for an adult organization playing basketball here in town. However, Thursday nights are not available. Mondays and Fridays are. So I would like your permission to approve that, and we could work out the details of the evenings that are open in one of our gyms.
Motion by Mr.
Second.
Diet Committee. Discussion.
I have discussion.
Mr. De Silva.
I ran into a Bill Biattini at Tri-Town today, and he asked about a field for their flag football program at Tri-Town, and it was too late to get property usage in, but he's going to come in and do that. Do we control Centerdale Field, or is that through the town? Yeah, see, back in the day during Mayor's Youth, when Joanne D'Alessandro was here, we gave the town recreation department that so they could give it to the little leagues I don't know if we've gotten it back, if we control it now. Other than Centerdale Field, is there any other field that,
Well,
Yeah,
excuse me,
so it's
Rod.
like a 4-week program.
Maybe the superintendent can just check on that for us.
well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to have him come in, but I'd like to approve it because they want to start at September 12th. A field that, and they can fill out the property usage. It's for Tri-Town. It's a flag football. It's a 4-week program. I think they're doing
Okay.
2 nights, and they don't need lights, 2 nights and Saturday mornings.
Okay.
You know, and Tri-Town serves a number of kids in North
They
Providence.
certainly do.
The
Well,
other
they-
piece about the basketball is they were specifically looking for a Thursday. So with your permission, I'm going to call Mrs. Falone and process that one more time. And we may not be giving them property usage, but we'll approve it tonight. And if they can't use it, then they can't use it.
Mrs. Sharon Corsi's been working on that for me to
Okay.
try to find space, and we found space on Monday
Yeah,
and Friday at
I know.
Maryville.
I know.
Okay.
Is that because of the basketball league that have they already put property usage in? We're expecting them to. Okay. All right. So maybe we could direct this group over to them and they could work something out with the basketball league in terms of practices. 'Cause I think that Maryville School is not a site that they're looking at. I'll
Okay.
communicate that.
Further comment? Anyone?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. So voted. Next
Be it
item.
resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the list of bills as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Andriozzi and Mr. Iannetta, seconded by the entire committee, the remainder of the committee. All right, discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. So voted. Next item. Minutes of the meeting, Gina?
I'd like to make a motion to seal and approve the executive session minutes pursuant and applicable to provisions of Rhode Island General Law 42-46-4 and 5 for July 22nd.
Motion by Mrs. Picard, motion by Mr. Andriozzi, seconded by the entire committee. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. So voted.
And a motion to approve the general session minutes for July 22nd and a special general session minutes for August 5th.
Motion by Mr. Iannetta, seconded by Mr. Andriozzi. Discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. Before we do that, I'd like to have everyone stand for a moment of silence for Mr. Richard Shadoyan, who was a former superintendent in North Providence and a teacher for many years. Thank you very much. Yeah, you know what? If there's some new employees here this evening, maybe you would like to stand, and we'd like to welcome you officially. Congratulations, and on behalf of the North Providence School Committee, I'm sure you will enjoy your time here in North Providence. Motion to adjourn is in order, seconded by the entire committee. Oh. Okay, we've had a long week. Thank you very much for coming.